There comes a moment in your life when you realize something very, very painful. That the people who are exhausting you are not always your enemy. No, they're not. Sometimes they are the people you love. Sometimes they are even your family. Sometimes they are the people you prayed for, the people you sacrificed for, the people you showed up for over and over and over again. And because you love them, what do? You keep sacrificing, you keep giving, you keep forgiving, you keep tolerating, you keep carrying their burdens, you keep showing up, you keep loving, you keep being there. Until one day you wake up and realize, wait a minute, you have disappeared. Your joy is gone. Your peace is gone. Your self esteem is gone. Your confidence is gone. Your energy is gone. Your sense of self is gone. Because somewhere along the way, you became someone's rescue plan and forgot that you needed rescuing too. I need to say something that might make some people uncomfortable, including you watching this video right now. You were not created to be accessible to everybody. You were not created to carry everybody's burdens. No. You were not created to fix every broken person. And you, my friend, were not created to answer every call, solve every crisis, and heal every wound. That role belongs to one person, God, not you. And the last time I checked, you are not God. Some of us are carrying responsibilities that heaven never assigned to us. We are exhausted because we're trying to be saviors. Jesus already have that role, so let it go. We are burnt out because we're trying to keep everybody happy. We're broken because we're afraid that if we stop giving, people will stop loving us. But hear this carefully, my friend. If someone only loves the version of you that has no boundary, they don't love you. They love your usefulness. Yes, that's a painful truth, I know. But it is a very necessary truth you need to hear. Because there are people who don't want access to your heart. No. All they want is access to your resources. They want access to your time, access to your energy, especially emotional energy. They want access to your kindness. They want access to your gifts, your talent. They want access to your generosity. And perhaps they want access to your silence. And every time you try to pull back, they call you selfish. She's such a selfish person. They call you difficult. Oh my God, she's so difficult. They call you changed. She has changed. Yeah, maybe you have indeed changed. Maybe you're tired of bleeding for people who don't give you a bandage. Maybe you're tired of being strong for everyone while no one notices that you're breaking. Maybe you're tired of being the one who checks on everybody else while no one checks on you. Maybe you're tired of carrying a relationship all by yourself. Or maybe you're tired of being used. And if that's where you are, hear me. Hear me from my heart. Your exhaustion is trying to teach you something very, very important. It's teaching you that your heart needs boundaries. Set boundaries, my friend, set boundaries. Because what drains you repeatedly is not always your assignments. Sometimes it's your lack of boundaries. Yes, the truth is, many of us are not suffering because we are bad people. No, we're suffering because we never learned to say no. One simple word, no, we never learned to say that very simple word. Just 2 letters. N-O, no. No, I cannot do that. No, I don't have the capacity. No, I don't have the energy. No, I can't tolerate that. No, your behavior is not acceptable. No, I do not want. No, I can't keep allowing you to disrespect me. No, I can't stay in this toxic relationship. No, I can't continue to sacrifice my peace just to protect your comfort. And some of us can't even say no. Why? We are afraid. Afraid that people will leave us. We are afraid that people will become angry. We are afraid that we'll be misunderstood. We are afraid that people will call us selfish. She's so selfish. But let me ask you something. Let me ask something. How much of your life are you willing to lose just to keep someone else comfortable? How much peace are you willing to sacrifice for someone else's selfishness? How much joy are you willing to lose? How much of your health, especially your mental health, are you willing to sacrifice for someone else? How much of yourself are you willing to give? How much? Because the truth is this, my friend, every person who benefits from you, from your lack of boundaries, benefit because of your decision not to set a boundary. When you stop answering every call, someone gets upset. When you stop lending money you don't have, guess what? Someone gets upset. When you stop accepting disrespect from people, someone gets upset. When you stop allowing manipulation, someone gets upset. When you stop letting people use you, someone gets upset. Not because you were wrong for stopping, but because your boundaries are interrupted or interrupting what they have become very comfortable with. Boundaries make people uncomfortable because they introduce accountability. They say something like, you cannot speak to me that way anymore. You cannot keep crossing this line. You cannot continue hurting me without consequences. You need to say that to them. And some people will call that pride when you say that. But you need to say that because it's not pride, it's wisdom. You cannot keep allowing them to do that to you. It's not just wisdom, it is maturity, it is self-respect. And you need to respect yourself enough. Even Jesus had boundaries. Do you know that? There were crowds he walked away from. He did. Go read your Bible again. There were people he refused to perform miracles for. Go check the Bible again, in case you're not sure. There were places he left. Go read your Bible again. There were moments when he withdrew from everyone just to be alone. If Jesus needed solitude, why do you think he must always be available to everyone? Some of us have made accessibility our identity. We are always available to everyone, everything. We're always helping, always being there, always answering, always fixing, always rescuing others. We're always saying yes, everything, yes, 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 yes. And now we've given so much, we're empty, completely empty. We've given of ourselves so much. You know how dangerous that is? Or you know what is dangerous? When you are so busy saving everyone else, but nobody notices that you're drowning now. And so nobody comes to your rescue. I know what it's like to keep giving when your heart is breaking. I have been there. I have experienced it. I know what it is like to smile while carrying wounds nobody sees externally. I know what it's like to believe that if you just love people enough, guess what? They'll finally treat you differently. My friend, that is not true. Because sometimes they don't. And what you do when they don't. Sometimes people simply become comfortable receiving from you while giving absolutely nothing back. And that's why boundaries matter. You need to set boundaries because boundaries are not walls built out of hatred. No, they are doors with locks on them. They determine who gets access and under what conditions or circumstances. Not everybody deserves unrestricted access to your heart or to your life. Not everybody deserves unrestricted access, not just to your life, to your heart, to your time. Not everybody deserves unrestricted access to your peace. Because your peace is expensive. It costs you tears. It costs you sleepless nights. It costs you healing. It costs you prayers. So, my friend, protect it. And let me say something that someone desperately needs to hear today, right now. And that person might just be you. You can forgive people and still limit their access to you. Yes, you can. Forgiveness does not cancel wisdom. Love does not eliminate boundaries. Grace does not remove consequences. You can pray for someone from a distance. You don't have to be close to the person. You can love someone from a distance. It's possible. I do it. You can forgive someone from a distance. You don't have to let them back into your life to continue to hurt you. Sometimes distance is exactly what healing requires. Some of you have spent years trying not to hurt other people. And because of that, you don't set boundaries. But in the process, you have been hurting yourself. You've been damaging your mental health. You've abandoned your own needs. You've ignored your own pain. And you've silenced your own voice. You have accepted disrespect. You carried burdens that were not even yours in the first place. And now your soul is tired. Your spirit is tired. Your body is tired, and it shows up in sickness and diseases. I believe that this is a season for you to stop apologizing for protecting yourself, for protecting your heart, for protecting your peace and protecting your voice. Stop apologizing for saying no. Stop apologizing for restarting, for resting. Stop apologizing for choosing your peace. Stop apologizing for refusing to participate in your own destruction. Stop. You don't need permission to protect your mental health. No. You don't need permission to protect your peace. You don't need permission to protect your voice. You don't need permission to protect your heart. You do not need permission. Because the people who genuinely love you will adjust. They will accept you. The people who only love your usefulness, oh, will leave. And sometimes they do leave. And if they leave because you finally respected yourself, guess what, my friend? Let them leave. Let them go. Because losing people is painful. I know that. Yes, I acknowledge that I've lost a few. But losing yourself is devastated. Read that again. Hear that again. Losing people is painful, but losing yourself is absolutely devastating. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Set boundaries. Protect yourself. Because every healthy relationship needs them. It doesn't matter what relationship it is. Every healthy mind needs them. Every healthy future needs them. Every healed person eventually learns this lesson. I can be kind without being used. You don't have to use me for me to be kind. I can be loving without being controlled. I can be generous without being depleted. I can forgive without returning to that thing that is destroying me, that relationship that is destroying me, that person that is destroying me. I can be compassionate. As he says, no. I can love deeply and still protect my peace. So today, I need you to draw the line. Set boundaries. Draw the line. Have the hard conversation. Say the uncomfortable no. No. Protect your heart. Protect your peace. Protect your voice. Protect your future. Protect the person God created you to be. Because you cannot build an extraordinary life while allowing everyone unrestricted access to your soul, to your spirit, to your body, to your mind. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is stand in front of your own life and finally say, I matter too. I matter. So, my friend, protect your peace, protect your mind, and learn to say those two letter words, no, N-O, no.